Welcome to S&P Knowledge Series. In this episode, let's discuss on the topic supplies from DTA to SEZ, whether export duty applicable. Authored by S.N. Panigrahi. Certified PMP, Authorized Training Partner, ATP, Instructor PMI, USA. Fellow Institutions of Engineers, FIA, and Chartered Engineer. GST and International Business and Projects Consultant. Corporate Trainer, Mentor and Author. National Council Member IIMM. Before deliberating on the subject, let's first understand Introduction to SEZ. The Special Economic Zones Act 2005 was passed by Parliament in May 2005, which received presidential assent on 23 June 2005. After extensive consultations, the SEZ Act 2005, supported by SEZ rules, came into effect on 10 February 2006, providing for drastic simplification of procedures and for single-window clearance on matters relating to central as well as state governments. It was based on the SEZ model in China, which is quite successful in terms of export competitiveness, employment generation, GDP growth, and attracting foreign investment. SEZ Act and Rules. The SEZ Act 2005 envisages key role for the state governments in export promotion and creation of related infrastructure. A single window SEZ approval mechanism has been provided through a 19-member Inter-Ministerial SEZ Board of Approval (BOA). The SEZ Rules 2006 provide for simplified procedures for development, operation, and maintenance of the special economic zones and for setting up units and conducting business in SEZs. Objectives of the SEZ Act. The main objectives of the SEZ Act are generation of additional economic activity, promotion of exports of goods and services, promotion of investment from domestic and foreign sources, creation of employment opportunities, development of infrastructure facilities. It is expected that this will trigger a large flow of foreign and domestic investment in SEZs, in infrastructure and productive capacity, leading to generation of additional economic activity and creation of employment opportunities. Incentives in special economic zones. The salient features of the SEZ scheme are a designated duty-free enclave to be treated as a territory outside the customs territory of India for the purpose of authorized operations in the SEZ. No license required for import, manufacturing or service activities allowed. The SEZ unit shall achieve positive net foreign exchange to be calculated cumulatively for a period of 5 years from the commencement of production. Domestic sales subject to full customs duty and import policy in force. SEZ units will have freedom for subcontracting. No routine examination by customs authorities of export-import cargo. SEZ developers, co-developers and units enjoy direct tax and indirect tax benefits as prescribed in the SEZ Act 2005. Incentives for SEZs to enhance exports and promote FDI. Duty-free import, domestic procurement of goods for development, operation, and maintenance of SEZ units. Tax exemption for offshore banking units in SEZ, exemption from central sales tax, service tax, and state sales tax. These have now been subsumed into the Goods and Services Tax (GST), and supplies to SEZs are zero rated under the IGST Act 2017. Single window clearance for central and state level approvals. Exemption from capital gains tax, subject to conditions. Classification of goods and customs tariff. Classification of imported, export goods is governed by the Customs Tariff Act, 1975, an act to consolidate and amend the law relating to customs duties. It contains 2 schedules. The first schedule contains description of goods chargeable to import duty. The second schedule contains description of goods chargeable to export duty. It also specifies the customs duty rates, tariff. It is called the Indian Customs Tariff, or Tariff Schedule. These are aligned with HSN. Export duty. Customs duty is a variant of indirect tax and is applicable on all goods imported, and a few goods exported, out of the country. Generally, customs duties are levied on imported goods. On the other hand, exports are encouraged by providing incentives. However, in a few cases a country may restrict exports and wish to protect its home industries and make available adequate supplies of goods, especially raw materials, commodities and inputs for industries for further value creation in their own country and to mitigate shortage or scarcity of goods. Therefore, to discourage exports from the country, export duty is imposed. Also, export duties are levied to prevent raising of prices and contain inflation in the domestic market. Export duties act as an effective means of protection for domestic industries, and duty is levied on goods exported from a country based on specific ad valorem, that is based on certain percentage of FOB value, or compound, that is a combination of both. Export duty provision in Indian Tariff Act 1975. Section 8 of Indian Tariff Act 1975 provides emergency power of central government to increase or levy export duties, and it reads: 1. Where in respect of any article, whether included in the second schedule or not, the central government is satisfied that the export duty leviable thereon should be increased or that an export duty should be levied, and that circumstances exist which render it necessary to take immediate action, the central government may, by notification in the Official Gazette, direct an amendment of the second schedule to be made so as to provide for an increase in the export duty leviable or, as the case may be, for the levy of an export duty on that article. Examples of export duty. As per Second Schedule of Customs Tariff Act 1975, following are some of the examples of items on which export duty is levied. Black pepper, 5 rupees per kilogram. Cardamom, 50 rupees per kilogram. Groundnut kernel, 1500 rupees per ton. Raw sugar, white or refined sugar, 20%. Raw wool, 25%. Raw cotton, 10,000 rupees per ton. Coir yarn, 15%. Electrodes of a kind used for furnaces, 20%. Bauxite, natural, not calcined, 30%. Manganese ore, 20 rupees per ton. Mica including fabricated mica, 40%. Export duty on iron and steel intermediates. Recently Government, Vide Notification 28/2022 CUS, dated 21 May 2022, notified export duty on 11 iron and steel intermediates to increase local availability of these goods and to contain raising domestic prices which may affect adversely the downstream industries, real estate industry and other direct consumers. Supplies from DTA to SEZ, whether export duty applicable? Now on this subject let's discuss. As per third proviso to Rule 27 of SEZ Rules, 2006, inserted Vide Notification 19 September 2018, which states, provided also that supplies from domestic tariff area to special economic zones shall attract export duty, in case, export duty is leviable on items attracting export duty. Supplies from DTA to SEZ, whether export duty applicable? Moving in to rein in input prices and control runaway inflation, the government on May 22 imposed an export duty of 15% on select pig iron, flat-rolled products of iron or non-alloyed steel, bars and rods and various flat-rolled products of stainless steel and another 45% on iron ore pellet etc. Vide Notification 28/2022 CUS, dated 21 May 2022. So, as per third proviso to Rule 27 of SEZ Rules, 2006, it is very clear that export duty on certain steel items is applicable in case of supplies from DTA to SEZ. Do you find the presentation informative and useful? If yes, then click like and also subscribe the channel for free to receive updates. Thank you. For more details contact SN Panigrahi at the below contact details.